What's going on, you guys? This is Trent here at Rexburg Motorsports. Now, I have a lot of friends that I ride with that they love to go to practice days at motocross tracks. They love to do trail rides. They love to ride in the desert, but it's been a long time or they haven't yet tried their first motocross race. Now, today in this video, I wanted to go over what to expect when you jump behind the gate at a motocross race. Alright, so if you ride a dirt bike and you rub shoulders with people that don't ride dirt bikes, we've all heard it. How can dirt biking be hard? All you do is sit down and you just twist your throttle a little bit, right? Well, when the competition nature gets thrown into it, that's when things get hard. As soon as you start learning how fast you can hit a corner, and if somebody else is hitting it faster, you want to try to hit it just as fast. Or if there's a jump that scares you that somebody else is hitting, you've got to try to hit it. It gets hard really quick when you've got a 240-pound machine under you that's got 60 horsepower that's trying to spit you off the back when you're trying to push it to its limits. Now, when it comes to racing, there's a lot of things that go into trying to be competitive, or at least try to just go out and have a fun time. Now, I'm 30 years old. I'm not in it to make any money because I'm too slow, but I had a chance to go to an RMX series race. That's a regional race for Idaho and Utah, and this one was held at Rupert, Idaho's motocross track. Had a good old time, raced 2 different classes, did 4 different motos, and I wanted to show you the ins and outs of what goes into having a good, fun race weekend. Now, to begin off with, the thing that scares a lot of people away from racing is the starts. It's the only time in a race that you're right next to every single person in your class and you're all going to the same spot. Now, there's a handful of things that you can do to make a start successful for you. Now, you'll see here in these clips, I had 4 different starts that I did over the weekend. I had 1 really good one, 1 okay one, and 2 that I got kind of buried in. Now, if you mess up, if you are snoozing when the gate drops and you get a late start out of the gate, if you spin, if you miss a shift, if you shift too early, if for whatever reason, if you look around and you see that you're kind of buried, now is the time that you need to start reacting. Now, how do you react? So the big thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to start wanting to survey the bikes and the riders around you to see and predict what lines they're going to be taking. Do you need to let off the gas? Do you need to start braking? Do you need to start getting on it a little bit more? So the big thing that you're going to want to do is stay alert and know how to react to those around you. When you get a good start, when you jump onto it and you notice as you scan the people around you that you got a good jump, stay on it. Stay on it as long as you possibly can before you brake so that you can beat people to the first corner and not give up that lead. As soon as you make it through the first couple corners, maybe 2, maybe 3 at the max corners, people start separating very, very fast. You get left by the people that are too fast for you to keep up with, and you start leaving the people that you are quicker than. Regardless of what class you race at a local motocross race, there's a big window of abilities and talents that you'll see in your class. And so you'll see that separation happen pretty quickly. Now, when that separation happens, you're typically left all by yourself just to think about your 10-minute moto and think about your lines and think about how you can better yourself as you go smoother or faster into a section. On occasion, you'll be left with 2 or 3 people that you get a battle with the entire 10 minutes, and that is a blast. I'll tell you, if there's one thing that makes racing so worth it, it's those battles. When you're behind somebody or you've got somebody right behind you that you don't know, it is a blast to think about what lines you can take to try to keep ahead or gain speed on them so that you can make the pass. Now, what happens if you crash? Crashes happen, but I'll tell you, when it comes to doing your first race or when you're going out to do races and it's just for fun, I typically dial it back a little bit. I ride maybe at 95 to 90% so I can put in consistent laps and so that I can have a good time without worrying about breaking myself so I can't go to work on the next Monday. Now, that's one thing. Even when you're racing, though, when you're pushing it and you're trying to go a little bit faster in a corner so you can make a pass or so you can catch somebody, accidents happen and you will crash. But that being said, if you crash in a corner, really you're going to be okay. With that separation that you'll see on the track between the different varying skill levels that you'll have in your class, if you tip over in a corner, if you do it after the first lap or so, to be honest with you, there's not much to worry about because you're not going to have somebody there too awfully close to you that's not going to be able to miss you. So the biggest thing that you're going to want to do is make good decisions in that first corner, first few corners in that first lap so that you've got that separation. Then after that, you can kind of push as hard as you feel comfortable doing and knowing that if you tip over, you'll be okay. Now, I'll tell you, racing motocross is one of the funnest things to do. It is so much fun to get that competitive nature into your favorite hobby. I love dirt bikes and I love racing motocross. Thanks so much for watching these videos, and I sure do appreciate it. If you would, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to keep you up to date with all the cool things that we've got going on here at Rexburg Motorsports. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you out at the track.